Imagine changing the entire world with just a piece of paper and a pen, but at the same time, being thought of as a fool as a child, seeing your greatest discovery turn into a machine of death, and having your brain stolen after you died. Albert Einstein wasn't just a genius. He was one of history's loneliest, most ambitious, and most regretful men. If you're ready, we're looking beyond the formulas at the real Albert. You see him everywhere, on t-shirts, mugs, school walls. That old man with the messy hair sticking his tongue out. But let me tell you a secret. Einstein was much more than that sweet professor image you know. He was a rebel, a pacifist, and sometimes a difficult husband and father. When he was born in Germany in 1879, his family thought he had a mental issue, because Albert hardly spoke at all until he was 4 years old. At school, he hated discipline. One of his teachers told him, "Your mere presence spoils the respect of the class." When he dropped out of school at 16, no one could have predicted that one day he would bend time and space. When he finished university, he was unemployed. Finally, he became a low-paid clerk in a patent office. This boring job actually set his mind free. In 1905, while sitting in that small office, he wrote 4 world-shaking papers. He discovered the speed of light, the existence of atoms, and the famous E=mc² right there. Modern physics was reborn at that desk that day. The hidden hero behind Einstein's success was his first wife, Mileva Maric. However, as Einstein became famous, Mileva became trapped in housework. Their relationship reached such a point that Einstein set harsh conditions, like, "You will bring my meals to my room, and you will not expect intimacy from me." Eventually, they divorced, and Einstein gave the entire Nobel Prize money to Mileva. Perhaps it was a debt of conscience. The 1919 solar eclipse proved his theory that space is curved. The next day, he was the most famous person in the world. Charlie Chaplin told him, "They cheer me because everybody understands me. They cheer you because nobody understands you." This fame brought him both great power and great enemies. You were the smartest person in the world, yet the scientific world was slowly leaving you behind. Why? Because Einstein didn't believe the universe was a casino. When quantum mechanics was born, young physicists said the subatomic world was uncertain and random. Einstein was furious. That's when he uttered his famous line, "God does not play dice." But the irony was that the great rebel, who had torn down everything until then, was now like an old conservative resisting change. As the scientific world moved on without him, he spent years in his room at Princeton, searching for a single formula to unite all the secrets of the universe. This was his greatest and loneliest battle. The most painful irony was this. This pacifist man signed the letter that paved the way for the atomic bomb. He feared the Nazis would build the bomb first. However, after the explosions, he lived with deep regret for the rest of his life. He used to say, "The world is a dangerous place, not because of those who do evil, but because of those who look on and do nothing." Just before he died in 1955, he muttered something in German, but the nurse didn't understand. His final words were lost forever. When he died, his brain was stolen by a doctor and carried around in a jar for years. But the secret wasn't in the folds of his brain, it was in the courage to wonder. Einstein left us with this: never stop questioning. What do you think Einstein would think about the modern world today? Let's discuss in the comments. If you enjoyed this story, don't forget to like and subscribe. Stay curious.